Well, thank you so much for staying with us. And thank you again to Bull Country Compost for sponsoring our show this whole entire season. What a wonderful product. And it is just something that can be used year-round. Many people think, oh, you only use Bull Country Compost during the summer and the growing season. But no, and that's the next thing that we are going to talk about in our fall cleanup that we are doing right now. We're raking our leaves, trimming back our perennials, maybe trimming back a lot of our shrubbery as well. We are doing some amending of the soil also at this time, and this is a great time of year to do that. And the Bull Country Compost is a fabulous product to do that with. I like to put Bull Country Compost on my perennial beds, in my vegetable garden, even to do some extra mulching. If you planted mums this fall, putting some Bull Country Compost around the base of that plant, out to the drip line of where the flower was or still is, let's hope. That Bull Country Compost is going to feed the soil, protect that crown of that plant, especially that first winter when you plant your mums. So many times people I plant mums now and they never come back. And I think that we're just not really taking care and doing our due diligence in that prep work so that they will live all winter long. So it's really a good idea to mulch them good, and I like to do it with Bull Country Compost. Also, Bull Country Compost is a great thing to put on your vegetable gardens, as well as regular manure. You can do chicken manure or cow manure, even horse manure, because at this time of the year you can put hot manure on your vegetable garden. Just avoid those areas that you have things planted. So if you have a lot of garlic planted, only do in the middle of your rows. Don't do right up around it, because you still can burn if you're using hot manure. If you're using Bull Country Compost, you can go ahead and put it on all of those areas. Put Bull Country Compost around your rhubarb, around your strawberries, around your asparagus. It is great for all of those. Around your garlic. If you do winter onions, the Bull Country Compost around those is really going to feed that soil, help that root system in the springtime when those plants are starting to take off. That soil is going to be so nutritious. That plant is going to just be able to just pull those nutrients right in. And you're going to find how much better your plants do next year. So getting that Bull Country Compost on here in the fall while you're doing your fall cleanups. Also, if you're putting your leaves that you are raking up off of your yard right now from all the trees dropping their leaves, and you're putting that into your compost pile, adding some Bull Country Compost on top of those leaves is going to help them decompose more quickly. So that's going to be a really good idea. Also, remember, those leaves are going to pull nitrogen, so the Bull Country Compost is going to put some of that nitrogen back into your compost pile, or you can always add some chicken manure. And we do offer that service still if right now we have not cleaned out the chicken coops quite yet. And so if you are someone that wants a lot of chicken manure, you can come and scoop it right out of the chicken coop into the bucket of our Bobcat, and we will dump it into your trailer or into the bed of your truck for you, and you have nothing out besides your labor. We will be offering that till about the week of Thanksgiving, and then if it's not all out by then, I will clean the chicken coop out and get it all ready for winter as we move chickens around so that we are ready for peeps in the springtime. But there's a lot of things that we really need to get done in the next few weeks before it gets too cold for us to be outside in doing that fall cleanup. And so if you have other questions about fall cleanup or about trimming different shrubs at this time of the year, make sure that you give me a call at 330-455-5997 at the store, and we'll get those questions answered for you. Now, the next question that we had was about planting. And so many people right now are asking, is it too late to plant? And it is not too late to plant woody shrubs. In my personal opinion, doing this type of work for the last 35 years, I really don't like to plant perennials too late into the season, because we don't know what November and December is going to bring. So if we don't have a nice fall in November, a lot of perennials will not have time to get rooted in. If you do get a great deal on some perennials somewhere, and you're worried about planting them right now and thinking it's a better idea to hold them over in the garage, it is not. Go ahead and get them planted if you get one of these great deals. Get them planted and mulch them in heavy with Bull Country compost. You want to make sure that the soil that you are planting in is not a heavy clay soil, because you want to make sure that it is draining properly and nothing is sitting in water and that root system is not going to get waterlogged. So the hayseed hank as your backfill is a good idea, and then mulch heavily with the Bull Country compost if you want to save those perennials if you are planting real late. But it is definitely not too late at all to plant any woody shrub or trees. You just want to make sure that you dig your hole and have it ready before the ground freezes. So we're still in great temperatures for planting any of those kind of things. So if you do want to do some planting this weekend maybe, or next weekend, we still have a nice selection of trees and shrubs. They are on sale, so they are going pretty quickly. But if you want to get some trees and shrubs planted yet this fall, it is not too late to do that. Now, we want to tell you about a few new products that we are going to have next season that I am very, very excited about. Organic Laboratories is a company that we have carried some of their products in the past, but they have come out with some new lines that we will be carrying next year. They've just come out with them, and they will be ready to us for the 2021 season. It is a line of organic insecticides and fungicides. And in the past, we've all talked about an organic fungicide that was systemic. And that is one that you can pour on the ground and the root system of the plant will take it up. And so many times as a preventative to so many different diseases that we battle, like powdery mildew on our tomatoes or blight on our tomatoes, a systemic early on as a preventative would be so great. But in the past, we have not had one readily available on that retail line, and now we do. And so we are so excited that Organic Laboratories have come out with this. It is called Organicide, organic fungicide, and it is by Plant Doctor, and we are just so excited. It is a broad spectrum. It covers a list of diseases that we have been battling for several years, like the black spot and the blights, the powdery and the downy mildew, Phytophthora, Pythium. I mean, these are diseases that in the greenhouse we see quite often, and you probably see them in your vegetable gardens, in your landscape, in your trees and shrubs, and don't even know what the diseases are. You just know that a limb starts to die off, or the leaves start to turn black. Something's going on. And so this product is something that we are very excited about, and we'll have it. It comes as a concentrate. You'll be mixing it up and then drenching the ground to do it for all of these controls. And like I said, it is an all organic, OMRI listed, and it's going to be good for your vegetables, your trees, your shrubs. It also has a lot of mycorrhiza in it, so it's going to actually be feeding your root system at the same time as protecting it from all of these diseases. So we are very excited about that product. Also, there is a foliar organic fungicide. It's going to be similar to our copper fungicides that we carry now, but we will be carrying that one as well, and also a line of bee safe products. So if you are someone that really cares about the bees like we do, this is going to be something that you're going to be very interested in. There are so many, even organic insecticides and fungicides, or the 3-in-1s, that if the bees get on it while it's still wet, it will harm the bees, even though it's an organic product. And so we have talked about in the past, when to spray these products on, late in the evening after the bees have already gone back into the hive for the day, and those kind of things. And these products are a line, OMRI listed again, that are completely bee safe. And so we will be carrying these next year as well, in the ready-to-use size, and also they will be in concentrate, pint, and quart. There is just an insecticide line, and then there's also a 3-in-1, which 3-in-1s, like I had said before earlier about the All Seasons oil, it's an insecticide, a fungicide, and a miticide, and it's all in that Be Safe line. So we're very excited about that line of products, and a couple new fertilizers that will be for all of our vegetable gardens as well. So we want to sum up our year. It has been an extremely challenging year for many of us in many ways, but it was a great gardening year. And many of you started off rough. It was a wet spring, and then we went into a drought, and people didn't think things were going to be doing well. And then at the end, we had bang-up years. Many people had harvest of their pepper plants like they've never had before. Their tomatoes were great, or their zucchini was great. I mean, this was a great year for gardening. And we just want everyone that maybe did some experimenting gardening this year because of COVID. I'm glad you got your feet wet, but don't go backwards and not garden again. You want to make sure that you continue with gardening. It is a wonderful way to stay in touch with Christ, working in the garden and talking to Him during those times. And this fall, when you're doing your fall cleanup and the leaves are falling down, just as you're doing that work and you're feeling overwhelmed sometimes, know that God is right there with you. And the seasons change because this is how He has it to be. And just remember to just call upon Him when you don't know what to do about every situation. Remember that calling upon Him, He is there right beside you, and He's going to see you through. I just want to thank all of you for being with us each and every Saturday morning throughout the growing season, or maybe you weren't every Saturday morning, but for all of you that were here some of the time, we just want to thank you for being with us on Saturday mornings, getting up early. Hopefully we have helped you garden throughout the season. And if you have questions, remember, stop in and visit us at the store throughout the winter. Maybe a great day to do that would be during one of the farmers markets on the first or third Saturday of each month from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 5828 Columbus Road, right there on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next spring. Have a blessed winter.